There are battles that even the Supremes couldn't fight, so I wondered what would have happened if the Ultimatrix from Alien Supremacy had given him the chance to fuse the Supreme Aliens. Would these ultra epic fusions have changed anything? In this video, we will look for situations where the strength of the Supremes wasn't enough to stop their rivals. And by the way, we'll give the Supremes an epic fusion. With these, they could have changed the course of the battle, or who knows, maybe not. I recommend you stay until the end of the video and subscribe to reach the goal of 700,000. Without much more to say, a month just flew by for me, so let's get started. A Supreme Mongosaur had to battle the most powerful Darkstar, a vampire with infinite power in this dimension. It was amazing, but Supreme Mongosaur's projectiles didn't even harm him. For the first time, we realized Mongosaur wasn't enough, but Ultimate Mongosaur Supreme was. This fusion could have just walked right in and finally ended this. Just bam bam boom. Realistically, an Ultimate Echo is more likely. Remember, in this episode and dimension, Darkstar was like a god. The previous fusion could obviously give him some trouble, but I think beating him would be pretty difficult. Supreme Ecosaur would use his strongest attack. He could fire Sonic Blast to stun the vampire. With flight, strength, and reinforced armor, he wouldn't give him a chance. Very Big Supreme gotta fight a being from another dimension. His mere presence already meant trouble, so even if it sounds absurd, Very Big Supreme was not enough to withstand a battle against this being. Very Mongosaur would have twice the power and much more size, which could be something essential for the battle against this being. His reinforced Mega Rockets would put this god in trouble, but I don't think it would be more than that. A fusion that could help a bit more would be that of Very Swampfire Supreme, which in its controlled form would look like a gigantic plant, like Plant Apocalypse. This Supreme fusion, with its branches, could entangle Diagon, not necessarily defeating him, but at least immobilizing him for the battle. That way, helping Sir George to seal this being again. Among the new abilities of this being, there would be something essential. And that's because Supreme Swampfire used to use a gigantic bomb with which he could eliminate his enemies. At this level and fused with Way Big, it would be devastating even for Earth itself. Given this apocalyptic monster's fearsome power, any attack would be justified. The Mega Bomb could be his last and best attack, managing to cause much more damage than this god had anticipated. Every time Supreme Echo appears, he farms like 10,000 aura just with his presence. This has given pretty good reasons to believe that he is the most powerful Supreme Alien that Eden has. If I said he was beaten by a simple chip, would you still think he's that powerful? Elena and the microchips managed to trick Supreme Echo. 1 second was enough to fill his lungs with microchips and eliminate him. Here, I think only Supreme Beast Echo's reflexes could intervene perfectly. He wouldn't have hesitated with this fusion's enhanced sense. Just like Echo did at this very moment, when Ben stopped because he saw Julie Supreme Beast Echo. He lacks eyes, but has ultra enhanced senses to focus on his prey, making him ideal for this situation. Strange that a Supreme like Spider Monkey is nearly on par with basic enemies. As a Supreme, he should surpass them. His consistent narrow wins cast doubt on his supremacy, especially against Siphon, who had Vilgax's power. Well, it's kind of reasonable. He gave poor Spider Monkey a beating, really handed it to him. Looking at the result, I think some power would have helped him. A Mungo Aranya might be a solution. Mixing skills with power would make this battle more elegant, with web missiles that they can really wrap up their enemies, and obviously hitting them with blows that actually look like they're from a Supreme Alien. Knowing that you're fighting Vilgax's Herald and his powers. It would also be good to call on Spider Monkey, a super epic and essential function for every battle. And taking down Vilgax with a version of Way Big is a classic that we all want to see. Another battle where you can highlight the power that Supreme Spider Monkey had is against Sonder. Ben lost control again because he was careless. I've noticed Ben often lets his guard down, which could make it easy for enemies to take him out. Do you remember another way Ben was easily defeated? Please leave it in the comment box. Supreme Monovestia is, I think, the best choice to continue battling Sonder. A totally wild alien against a hunter could give us an epic action-packed battle. Supreme Spider Monkey was already agile, even being so big. Beast's reflexes make this fusion completely unpredictable. Even with all his abilities, Sonder wouldn't stand a chance against this fused alien. Supreme Frio didn't have many chances against bosses. When I remember him, I just see him freezing small things or simple enemies. The only semi-important fight he had was against Dr. Victor, and he lost. Overconfident in his new powers, he underestimated his enemy and was knocked down by a simple electric attack. These situations require tough armor, cannonball. Supreme Cold would fit perfectly here. Just being able to withstand the attacks is perfect. Now, their combined rotational force, plus heat and cold, would help freeze it and completely neutralize it. Supreme Swampfire battled Supreme Egregor and appeared to have control with his roots. But the much better used abilities by this alien knew how to turn things around and finish it right away. Swamp Spider Monkey would really help here. The roots that this fusion now emits are fused with Spider Monkey's web, making it a perfect trap for any alien. For a more battle-oriented option, the Supreme Swamp Mungo would have been ideal. Imagine its reinforced missiles loaded with whatever Supreme Swampfire shoots out, and its powerful attacks reaching much farther. Here, the power of Supreme Swampfire couldn't have been used because they were at the source of creation. An alien this large would have attracted the Celestials' attention and destroyed everything instantly. More powerful Supreme fusions exist, but I encourage you to discover them on the creator's channel. For my part, and with the company of these incredible people, I say goodbye. Remember, I'm Frio 10 mil, and I'll see you next time.